A local family says an equipment failure in their neighborhood sent a surge of electricity into their home and fried many of their appliances.
Yeah, now several homes were impacted, but one took the brunt of the damage. Investigator Lewis Bolden is in studio now with their battle with the power company. Lewis.
Well, the company that handles claims for Duke Energy admitted Duke had an equipment failure, but the company says Duke is not liable for the losses. The family had to spend thousands of dollars to replace the items, and they believe Duke should pay up.
The stove is not working since the panel outside blew.
Lisa Nieves did a full inspection of her home after Duke Energy had an equipment failure that sent a power surge through her electrical panel and into her home.
Loud booms, like boom, boom, boom. Sparks, black smoke.
When the smoke settled, she found the damage.
Nothing's showing. How am I going to know what temperature anything is?
She says her stove was shot and her fridge was fried. Not to mention all the food inside she lost.
Stinks bad.
Nieves paid nearly $5,000 for new appliances, another $200 for a new garage door opener, more than $400 on new ceiling fans, and another $460 on electrical repairs.
We took from our retirement. We can't live without those items. What are we going to do? We're between a rock and a hard place, so.
Nieves says it all started with this box, and this actually is not the first time this kind of thing has happened. We covered a similar story several years ago. So tell me, has this ever happened to you? And number two, do you think Duke should have to pay? Scan the QR code and send me a message and let me know what you think. Nieves filed a claim with Duke and got this letter from Sedgwick Claims Management Services. The letter acknowledges Duke Energy technicians determined there was a failure of the transformer that serves her residence. But it goes on to say the Duke Energy service regulations further provide that Duke is not liable for any loss or damage to a customer resulting from such a failure. What responsibility do you think Duke has?
They could at least pay for the items that blew up.
It was disappointing, to say the least.
The power surge hit Kevin Simmons' home as well. He lost his doorbell, alarm system, and oven, and says his claim was denied too.
It was obvious from, in talking with the technicians there that it was a failure of their equipment. And so I would ask that they would, apply some reason and some common sense into this equation and try to do something to at least meet, homeowner halfway.
How did they get away with, yeah, our equipment failed. Yeah, it blew out almost all of your appliances in your house. But that doesn't matter. We're not responsible.
A spokesperson from Duke did send us a statement which reads in part, "Unfortunately, a random and unforeseeable equipment failure occurred on our system, and the company determined there was no negligence on the part of Duke Energy that could have caused or contributed to this equipment failure and subsequent damage to the property." Nieves still has not replaced the second refrigerator from her garage and her alarm system, which she also lost. She says because of the cost, those items will just have to wait. And as I mentioned, I covered another story like this involving Duke years ago, and a woman near Tampa emailed me recently saying the same thing happened to her. So this is not an isolated incident.
Wow, if sorry, not sorry were a company, this is what it would look like. Okay, so what can people do about this?
There are surge protectors that you can get for your home, and there are companies out there that sell surge protection plans. Even Duke sells them, but the spokesperson could not say if these homeowners would have been covered if they had the plan, saying each claim is on a case-by-case basis.
Now, I've lost a TV because of something like this, and I surge protect my TV, but I'm not going to surge protect every single appliance in the house. I mean, that's not something that everyone does. So, wow, what a frustrating case there.
That is frustrating.
You feel for them because these are all high-dollar items.
And, they've admitted that they were at fault. So, all right, Lewis, we know you'll be
Wow.
staying on top of this. Thank you so much. Well.